Anthropic just made Claude Opus 4.7 available today, and there's actually a lot going on with this release that people are going to miss if they just skim the blog post. So I want to walk through what changed, what matters, and what you should know before you start using it or building with it. Okay, so first, Opus 4.7 is a direct upgrade over Opus 4.6. Same pricing, $5 per $1,000,000 input tokens and $25 per million output tokens. That part hasn't changed. You can access it right now through the Claude app, through the API, Amazon Bedrock, Google Cloud Vertex AI, and Open Router. The API model ID is Claude-Opus-4-7. So if you're already running Opus 4.6 in production, swapping the model string is the easy part. But there are some real differences under the hood that you need to know about before you do that. The main thing Anthropic is pushing with this model is coding performance, specifically on hard, long-running tasks. And by hard, I mean the kind of stuff that you used to have to babysit. Complex multi-file refactors, debugging concurrency issues, long agentic runs where the model has to keep track of context over hundreds of steps. Opus 4.7 is built for that. On Cursor's internal benchmark called SWE-bench, Opus 4.7 scored 70% compared to Opus 4.6 at 58%. That is a meaningful jump. And on SWE-bench Verified, which tests real-world GitHub bug fixing, the model is performing at state-of-the-art levels. Multiple early testers are reporting double-digit improvements across their own internal evaluations too. Rakuten said it resolves 3 times more production tasks than 4.6. Notion said plus 14% over 4.6 with fewer tokens and a third of the tool errors. Now here's something a lot of people might overlook. Opus 4.7 follows instructions much more literally than 4.6 did. That sounds like a good thing, and it mostly is, but it means that prompts you wrote for older models might behave differently now. If your old prompt was a little vague or relied on the model to fill in gaps and interpret loosely, Opus 4.7 might not do that anymore. It takes what you say at face value, so Anthropic is recommending that developers retune their prompts and test harnesses when migrating. Keep that in mind. Alright, so the vision upgrade is actually pretty significant. Opus 4.7 can now handle images up to 2,576 pixels on the long edge, which works out to about 3.75 megapixels. Previous Claude models were limited to around 568 pixels and 1.15 megapixels. So this is more than 3 times the resolution. That matters for things like computer use agents that need to read dense screenshots, data extraction from complex diagrams, document understanding, and any workflow that depends on fine visual detail. The model's coordinate system also now maps one-to-one with actual pixels, so there's no more scale factor math when doing bounding box localization. One thing to note, though, is that higher resolution images use more tokens. So if you don't need that extra detail, you should downsample your images before sending them to save on cost. Okay, let me talk about the new effort control system, because this is relevant for anyone using the API. Opus 4.7 introduces a new effort level called X-High, which sits between high and max. So now you have low, medium, high, X-High, and max. In Claude Code, the default effort has been raised to X-High for all plans. And Anthropic recommends starting with high or X-High for coding and agentic use cases. The idea is you get finer control over how much the model thinks versus how fast it responds. More thinking means better results on hard problems, but also more output tokens and higher latency. Less thinking means faster and cheaper, but potentially less thorough. You pick the trade-off that makes sense for your use case. There's also a new feature in beta called Task Budgets. This is an advisory token budget that you can set for a full agentic loop. It's not a hard cap like max tokens. Instead, the model sees a running countdown and uses it to prioritize its work and finish gracefully before the budget runs out. The minimum is 20,000 tokens. This is useful if you want the model to scope its own work instead of going on an unlimited exploration. But Anthropic says, if quality matters more than speed, don't set a task budget. Let the model do its thing. Now, there are some breaking changes that developers need to know about. First, extended thinking budgets are gone. If you try to set thinking type enabled with a budget tokens parameter, you'll get a 400 error. The only supported thinking mode now is adaptive thinking, which Anthropic says reliably outperforms the old extended thinking in their evaluations. And adaptive thinking is off by default, so you have to explicitly enable it. Second, sampling parameters like temperature, top P, and top K are removed. Setting any of these to a non-default value returns a 400 error. Anthropic recommends using prompting to guide the model's behavior instead. Third, thinking content is no longer included in responses by default. The thinking still happens, but the content comes back empty unless you opt in by setting display to summarized. If your product streams the reasoning process to users, the new default will look like a long pause before output begins. So set that display parameter. Also, Opus 4.7 uses a new tokenizer. The same input text can now map to roughly 1 to 1.35 times as many tokens compared to 4.6. That means up to 35% more tokens for the same content depending on what you're processing. So your costs might shift even if you're sending the same prompts. Anthropic says the net effect is still favorable on their internal coding evaluation because the model is more efficient overall, but you should measure it on your own traffic. There's another aspect of this release that ties into a much bigger story. Opus 4.7 is the first model to ship with real-time cybersecurity safeguards. This connects directly to something Anthropic announced last week called Project Glasswing. Basically, Anthropic built a model called Claude Mythos Preview that is significantly more capable than Opus 4.6 at everything, but especially at finding and exploiting software vulnerabilities. Mythos found zero-day vulnerabilities in every major operating system and every major web browser. It even found a 27-year-old bug in OpenBSD, which is a system known specifically for its security. Anthropic decided Mythos was too dangerous to release publicly. Instead, they gave it to about 40 partner organizations like Apple, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, and the Linux Foundation through Project Glasswing so those companies could patch their systems first. Opus 4.7 is related to that because Anthropic says it's the first model where they're testing new cyber safeguards that automatically detect and block prohibited or high-risk cybersecurity requests. The idea is to refine those safeguards on a less risky model before eventually deploying Mythos-class capabilities more broadly. If you're a security professional who needs to do legitimate work like penetration testing or vulnerability research, Anthropic has a new cyber verification program you can apply to. On the safety side overall, Anthropic says Opus 4.7 has a similar safety profile to 4.6, with some improvements in honesty and resistance to prompt injection attacks. It's modestly weaker in a few areas, though, like giving overly detailed harm reduction advice on controlled substances. Their alignment assessment described it as largely well-aligned and trustworthy, though not fully ideal. Mythos Preview is still their best-aligned model by their evaluations. A couple more things shipping alongside this release. In Claude Code, there's a new slash command called /ultra-review. It creates a dedicated review session that reads through your code changes and flags bugs and design issues that a careful human reviewer would catch. Pro and Max Claude Code users get 3 free Ultra reviews to try it out. There's also an extension of Auto Mode to Max users. Auto Mode lets Claude make decisions on your behalf during longer tasks, so you get fewer interruption prompts. That means you can kick off a long coding task and walk away with less risk. So to put all of this together, Opus 4.7 is not just a small incremental bump. It's a meaningful improvement in coding, vision, instruction following, and agentic reliability. The pricing stays the same, but the tokenizer change and the higher thinking output mean your actual costs will depend on your workload. The breaking API changes around thinking and sampling parameters mean you can't just swap the model string and expect everything to work. You need to update your code. And the cybersecurity safeguard angle is genuinely new and connects to one of the biggest AI safety stories of the year with Mythos and Project Glasswing. Alright, so that's it from the video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like this video and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.